A lot of people like to think that school is a safe place to send your children, all right? But regardless of what you think, schools still share their fair dose of racism. And not only that, it comes from their very own teacher. What I'm about to show you is clips of racist teachers caught and exposed. Let's go ahead and check it out.
Deep down in my heart, I'm ethnocentric, which means I think my race is the superior one.
Oh, I didn't say that.
Wait, no, let me finish. Let me finish.
Hey, look.
Let me
So
finish.
white is better than all.
No, let me finish. Let me finish.
ahead.
Hey.
I think everybody thinks that. They're just not honest about
Hey,
it.
I'm not racist though. I like all types of kinds.
Did I say I don't like people?
People only think
Wait,
that.
so you said you are what? You are
You
racist?
saying you're like
You're
I think
racist?
everybody's a racist at that level.
No, you said you are racist.
I did. I did. Yeah, I'm trying to be honest.
Yes, I am racist.
No, I'm not saying it again. I've said it enough.
So you're
I
racist.
think I slightly told you something.
Put your phone up.
I respected you.
I'm
I
putting the
actually
phone up.
respected you for a while, but like
I'm putting
now
the phone up.
I don't even got no more respect for you.
Put it up.
Yeah, for real. I don't think I got respect for him no more, bro.
You know, you should have more respect. 'Cause
I really like the fact that the young kid actually stood up and said, hey, stood up for himself. And he was like, I actually respected you for a while, but now it's just, that's out the door now, man. That statement could have been reserved or not shared at all, man, especially not in that environment. But not even that, like, it's not even what you say. It's almost like you don't even have to say anything to prove how much of a racist you are, like in this next clip.
Let me tell you something. When other ethnicities come, the African American, you need to treat them the same way. You spoke to all the white people, all the Indians, all the Asians, but when we walked past you and spoke to you, you just ignored us.
Hi. Noah, right? Yeah. I thought so.
How you doing? Hey, y'all don't speak to the black students in this? Now y'all seen that lady not speak to the goddamn black students?
You're welcome to join in.
She didn't say that to me. Let me tell you something. When other ethnicities come, the African American, you need to treat them the same way. You spoke to all the white people, all the Indians, all the Asians, but when we walked past you and spoke to you, you just ignored us.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, you need to speak to black people as well. We ain't gonna do no racism. Yeah, just how I just peeked in here, you ain't say nothing to me, but as soon as you see the little Chinese people, you guys are welcome to come. You ain't say that to me.
I apologize.
Yeah, don't do that.
Hey, good morning. What's
What's up, man?
There is always going to be a sudden noticeable change in people's behavior and actions and even body language when they come across people that they naturally don't like. It happens, all right? So that's what you just saw. But let's dive into a few more clips like this next one where, a birthday song went wrong. A kid couldn't even wear a Black King shirt. And not only that, we do dive into where teachers themselves have their own testimonies on how racism is still very much so present in the school system. Let's check it out.
And a Florida mother is furious over the way her son's birthday was celebrated at school. The kid's teacher first sang the original happy birthday song, but then this happened.
Would you like the funny song now that I sing to you? Happy birthday to you. You live in the zoo. You look like a monkey. And you smell like one, too. Woo! Give a clap, everybody.
The incident happened at an elementary school in Polk County near Orlando. The mom says the teacher actually sent her the video, but she didn't think it was funny. She says the song hurt her 6-year-old's feelings. She's now demanding an apology from the school, immediate disciplinary action, and counseling for her child.
I don't like stuff like that.
My skin is boiling. I don't even like racism, and to know where we come from and our ancestors, and for us to be labeled like that, because when they call us monkey, they basically saying that we're ugly, we act like a monkey and all this and that. I don't like that at all.
The Polk County Public Schools District says it's investigating the incident. The mother says she plans to transfer her son to another school.
13-year-old Latrell Taft beyond excited to wear his new birthday present to school on Tuesday, a t-shirt reading Black King.
I'm a king because I think I'm a king.
But Latrell says during science class at Heartland Middle School, his teacher abruptly changing the subject from the periodic table to asking what his shirt said.
She said that if she had a shirt that said white queen, it would have been racist. Then after that's when she said, like, we need a white history month. And I said, black people don't have enough recognition, and we barely learn about black people, like, in February at my school, so.
Latrell telling News 4 the majority of his class siding with the teacher.
And I was, like, embarrassed.
Latrell's mom, Melissa Shirley, immediately calling the school.
Initially, to be honest, I was brushed off.
24 hours later, an investigation underway. EPS releasing a statement to News 4 saying, if it's determined that the student was the target of discrimination, bullying, or racism, appropriate and swift action will be taken.
Now, I really don't see how this shirt can cause that much of an issue, but I'm glad that it brought some sort of attention because that is just not cool, man. You're turning being proud of who you are and where you came from into something so negative. I'm glad that they were able to put a spotlight on this.
This teacher at a Florida middle school has been taken out of the classroom because administrators learned that she had a side job as the host of a white supremacist podcast. Sarah Seidner has the story.
25-year-old Diana Volatich had one job, teaching social studies to middle school students at this Florida public school. On her off time, she had another passion, sharing white supremacist ideals and anti-Semitic conspiracy theories on a public social media website, including her own podcast under the Russian pseudonym Tiana Dolokhov.
Black children are our most valuable possession and our greatest potential resource. Any meaningful discussion of the survival or the future of Black people must be predicated upon Black people's plan for the maximum development of all Black children.
By far, one of the worst things about being a teacher in Chicago was hearing the way that other teachers would break down their students. And there absolutely was a racial element to this. Unfortunately, it was primarily white teachers, Black and brown students, very condescending and very rude. And nowhere was this more apparent than being in the teacher's lounge, going in between classes and trying to get like an opportunity to read or drink coffee, and hearing teachers call their students promiscuous. Overhear them talking about how they're always late to school and how they should be more responsible when there are obviously other factors at play there. Hearing teachers say that they hate the schools that they're teaching in, the inner city schools, because it attracts certain types of students. And again, a lot of these things are pretty subtle to the point where you really need to take into consideration what are they actually saying and read between the lines, because they always try to make it seem like you are the crazy one for calling them out. That's why they speak in code, because they know as teachers that they shouldn't be talking about their students' sex lives or making comments about their outfits or their appearances or calling them derogatory terms like ghetto. And oftentimes it was the teachers who had been there for 10, 20, 30 years who felt that they had job security and could say whatever the fuck they wanted because of it. So anyways, do not do this. If you're a white teacher, please call it out because it's despicable. A lot of teachers are incredibly unprofessional and we need to talk about it. In this video, I'm going to talk about the top 4 ways that I mainly see it, but number 1, racism. A lot of white teachers will disproportionately target their students of color, and they'll make an assortment of excuses about how the student is unkempt or unruly or many of the other microaggressions and stereotypes. Second is number 2, female teachers who see female students as their competition. They'll wear really form-fitting tight clothing and talk to the boys and express a lot of favoritism for those male students. Almost like they're trying to relive their high school days as a student rather than as an instructor, which they are paid to be. Number 3, a lot of teachers record their students and record their classrooms and post it on social media, which personally makes me really uncomfortable. I think it's disrespectful to the students and their parents, and especially because they're all minors, so you shouldn't be posting them online anyway. And number 4, what gets me the most is the staff bullying. A lot of teachers are incredibly mean to other staff members, especially if they see that teacher as being better liked than themselves. I'm a substitute teacher, so I've been in probably 20 schools, and I've noticed all of these patterns.
As a dad, I would not like my child to be filmed and posted on social media, especially without my approval, and especially if it's something derogatory. If you're sharing something like, hey, I'm having a bad day with my students or something like that, and you're trying to vent and you're using your platform to share, like, don't put my kid in it. Don't put any of those kids in it. You get what I'm saying? Like, don't do that. All right. And then you have to realize if you have a majority Black race student, right, classroom, all right, maybe if it's like a 75-25, especially in different communities, right? Like I'm in New Orleans, man. When I went to middle school, elementary school, high school, man, like the majority was black students. You get what I'm saying? You might have seen 2 or 3 white kids and a bunch of Asian kids, or 2 or 3 Spanish kids out there in New Orleans. That was it. They didn't really have too much of a mixture at the time. So if you're posting something like that, one, just looking at those clips, is just going to assume that that teacher or that person is just being racist.
So I used to work in the school system for a little bit. I used to sub and I used to coach for, a little while. And I'm gonna let y'all know right now that some of them teachers, they be lying. Yes, your child is getting in trouble for things that they allow other kids to do. I'm gonna tell y'all, they don't like your kid. Like, there's some of y'all children that they just don't like and they don't care for. So that's how they treat them. They're mean to them. They're bullies to them. I've seen it with my own eyes, and I've had to literally like just protect some kids, especially in these white areas. Go check on your children. Go eat lunch with them. Go see how their day is. Just randomly pop up, bring them lunch, do something. Because I'm telling y'all right now, if they calling you every day and shit like that, and you know your child.
I had this health teacher, right? He was like one of my favorite teachers. A lot of us, he was like our favorite. His class was so laid back. We got to kick it in there, basically. And it seemed like he was doing it. He did that career for the youth. Like, it seemed like he really cared about the youth. So fast forward almost a decade later to 2020, the Trump era. And a lot of us, we are like Facebook friends with our teachers and stuff from back in high school. The stuff he was sharing, the pro-Trump, the stuff he was saying about black people and Hispanic people, it's like, whoa, hold on, he ain't cool as I thought he was after all. So I remember commenting one time, and he revealing his colors, and a black teacher had messaged me, and he was like, hey, he was like that the whole time back in high school when y'all was young. Y'all was just too young to really know what was going on. And at the time, we had a black principal, the dopest man I ever met in my life. Like, he really did so much for us. And the teacher was telling me, like, remember when Dr. Woo was doing all that and trying to get programs and trying to get these careers set up? He said them white teachers would never help him. Everything and every idea he had, they would not help him. So when we graduated, our black principal, he bounced too, like I'm out. The next year, they got a white principal. And so this teacher's telling me, like, man, they was kissing that white principal ass. Everything he wanted to do, they was front and center. Yes, sir. Anything you need to help. And it's like, bro, we really had no clue. Like, we kind of knew little stuff, because I remember one teacher, his name was Mr. Rodenberg, and I didn't have this class, but everybody else was saying, like, man, he gonna tell the class, black people good at basketball because they run, steal, and shoot. Like, little stuff like that. Now that we adults, because the OG told me, you don't understand racism, the real racism, until you get out of high school, out of your teen years, and become an adult in the real world. That's when you see the real thing. But bro, that was something to trip me out. It came to mind because I unfriended that teacher years back, and he just sent me a friend request, and it's like, yo racist ass. But yeah, I just want to share that.
At the end of the day, there's plenty of clips that we could have found and shared on today. But what do you think? All right, have you ever experienced racism in the school environment? Because I did. All right, and I'm not gonna say what school, but it was in Indianapolis when I was in high school. I experienced it just with the students alone, not necessarily the teachers, but with the students. Well, so I can pretty much assume if it's happening with the students, it's probably happening with the teachers. That's just my assumption. That's my assumption. I'm okay with being proven wrong. But this was over a decade ago, 15 years ago, probably, when I've, came across this school. But it was just sad. It felt indifferent because I wasn't used to that. You get what I'm saying? I just was, down here in the South, I just didn't experience that. But when you read about it, you learn about it in social studies, and you learn about it in history, and actually seeing that and dealing with that in real life was just like, wow, was a little bit of a culture shock, right? Especially being so far from home, and all I was doing was trying to find some friends. You get what I'm saying? But other than that, guys, thank you for watching today's video. Don't forget to like the video, comment, and subscribe. I will see you on the next one.